Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, January 30th, 2018. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, a Coffee County company will be receiving a sizable grant to help improve broadband accessibility in the county. We'll have more from Miss Tennessee's visit to Tullahoma last week. The Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce will be hosting their annual membership banquet this Friday. And the Fine Arts Photography Show is coming up this Sunday. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Attention Shoeistas, Bryn's Shoe Boutique in Tullahoma is closing forever. Every item in the store is reduced for immediate sale. Brenda is offering huge discounts on her entire inventory of fashion women's shoes, designer handbags, and jewelry, featuring famous brands like Yellow Box, Nine West, Bandolero, Impo, Coach, Michael Kors, Joseph Ribkoff, and others. The sale is underway now through March 3rd. Hurry in for huge savings at Bryn's Shoe Boutique, 115 Northwest Atlantic Street, Tullahoma. Open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck. Chevy, Ford, and Ram, man. Russell's got your truck. With the best selection anywhere. Russell's got your truck.
Where can you find all four all-American truck brands all at one place? Check us out on the web at russellbarnett.com. If you still can't decide, give us a call. We'll line them up for you. Either way, my question is, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
Russell's got your truck, man.
All I have to do is think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam and Economic and Community Development Commissioner Bob Roth last Friday announced $9.8 million in broadband accessibility grants that will help build new broadband infrastructure in parts of 13 Tennessee counties. The grants are the result of the Tennessee Broadband Accessibility Act. That's Haslam's 2017 legislation to increase broadband to more Tennesseans and offset the capital expenses of deploying broadband in areas that currently lack access. The grants will provide broadband service to more than 5,000 locations in counties across the state, alongside digital literacy grants. Announced last week, the Tennessee Broadband Accessibility Act has already supported nearly $10 million in broadband investments across the state. TNECD received 71 applications requesting more than $66 million in funding. The 9 grantees selected demonstrated a high need for grant funding, the ability to implement and sustain the project long term, strong community support, and the economic impact of the infrastructure deployment. Grantees will provide more than $10 million in matching funds for a combined investment of more than $20 million across the state. A 2016 study by the Department of Economic and Community Development found that 13% of Tennessee residents did not have access to broadband at federally recognized standards. The Tennessee Broadband Accessibility Act provided $45 million over 3 years in grants and tax credits for service providers to assist in making broadband available to unserved homes and businesses. In our viewing area, Ben Lomand Communications received a $1 million grant to be used to provide broadband services to the Pocahontas community. Kathy Davis, the reigning Miss Tennessee, was in Tullahoma last week. Let's listen to some of her comments at last week's City Board meeting where Mayor Lane Curlee proclaimed it Kathy Davis Day in the city.
Any questions? Anything? I know you travel a lot.
Yes.
You visit thousands of children every month.
Yeah, so I travel 80,000 miles. I speak to 50,000 students across the state. And so I get to serve as Governor Haslam's spokesperson for character education throughout the year and talk about substance abuse. And I merge those two by talking about respect. So I talk about respecting your teachers. And then I move forward to respecting your future, meaning respect your body and your mind. And I graduated with a psychology degree from the University of Tennessee, and so I definitely believe in having a strong mind, and I think that gets us further than we want to believe. But if we do believe in ourselves and we start having that positive thought process versus a negative one. I know throughout middle school I battled with having that negative self-talk, thinking it was my fault and that I had to fix it alone. And so I talk about the 4 C's, which are I didn't cause it, I can't cure it, but I can celebrate myself and make good choices. And so they can take those 4 C's throughout everything. Maybe they don't have substance abuse problems in their family. They could be dealing with a parent's divorce. They could have a sibling that is in recovery or going through treatment. They could have lost a grandparent. All of those things still work for those 4 C's. And so when I talk about different struggles that I've been through, just starting in middle school, it didn't get better after that. It got a little worse. And so I might have been homecoming queen, but I still had Twitter notifications of my dad's arrests. I still was getting drunk calls from my dad while I was in college. And so I had been grieving my father for a long time before his death. And so I think that's why I'm able to talk about it. And I truly do believe in psychology. And after therapy, and I have to take care of myself too if I'm speaking to 50,000 students. It's a lot. It's a tough job. But I'm truly honored that they picked me to be the one to do it.
Wow. So, we've prepared something for you as well. A certificate of recognition presented to Katie Davis, Miss Tennessee 2017, in recognition of being an advocate of drug-free programs and for making the Coffee County Anti-Drug Coalition's Count It, Lock It, Drop It initiative part of her platform as Miss Tennessee, and in appreciation for visiting Tullahoma to discuss why she advocates for this program. So on behalf of the 18,655 citizens that call Tullahoma home, and by the authority vested in me as mayor of Tullahoma, I now therefore proclaim Monday, January the 22nd, 2018, as Katie Davis Day in Tullahoma.
We'll be right back with more Newsleader on 6.
Attention Shoeistas, Bryn's Shoe Boutique in Tullahoma is closing forever. Every item in the store is reduced for immediate sale. Brenda is offering huge discounts on her entire inventory of fashion women's shoes, designer handbags, and jewelry, featuring famous brands like Yellow Box, Nine West, Bandolero, Impo, Coach, Michael Kors, Joseph Ribkop, and others. The sale is underway now through March 3rd. Hurry in for huge savings at Bryn's Shoe Boutique, 115 Northwest Atlantic Street, Tullahoma. Open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. John Gray spoke with Hope Sarton and Lenore Blackwell about the Tullahoma Chamber banquet coming up this Friday.
Proud to have our representatives from the Chamber of Commerce here, the Executive Director, Hope Sarton, and the new president,
yes,
Lenore Blackwell.
Yes.
And y'all have beads on. Look at that's a big bunch of beads right there.
Thank you.
Like beads. And you're promoting your celebration.
Yes.
So
yes.
Let us know.
Well, we are so excited about the celebration this year. So it's going to be on a Friday night, which is a little bit of a change, but so we're
change is good.
Yeah, we're going to have it on Friday, February 2nd, and it's going to be at the Coffee County Conference Center.
Oh, well, that's exciting.
Yes,
that's a new twist, isn't it?
We have a great menu planned and some fun changes that everyone's going to need to attend to find out all of them. We don't want to give them all away.
Well, is there, there's normally a theme. Is there a theme to this, or is that something you really don't want to give away?
Well, actually, no, there's no theme. I think people need to know that, so that they can plan their outfit. But, we just want to have just a nice event, and people just come and celebrate the amazing 2017 that we had. So.
And it was good, wasn't it?
It was a great year.
Yes, it was.
Your first year?
I know, my first year.
And I want to say thanks to you and congratulate you on the job well done.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
and
that.
because taking over for someone who had been there as long as Diane and done the things that she had done, you've stepped right into that job and have done yourself proud.
I appreciate that.
Very much so as well.
Great
and
job.
you've been involved ever since you showed up in town.
Yes, a few years ago.
Yeah, and everything from a greeter to a
Ambassador.
ambassador to now the president.
Yeah. President for 2018.
2018.
Yes.
And does that get you out of working with Billy Philpott, or does that even make it twice as bad?
Well, you know, I tried, and Hope said, absolutely not. You still have to do the parade. So I love the parade. So
Oh, of
definitely.
course, we all love the parade.
Yes.
So, are there any? Now, again, this is the 6th?
No, February 2nd.
Second.
Actually, Groundhog Day. So,
Ooh.
You know, I might just get up and say the same thing over and over and over again. and save myself from
Wear a
having to
Bill
write
Murray
multiple-
mask.
There we go.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great event. You know, we give away our Business of the Year, Small Business of the Year, Citizen
Right.
of the Year, Ambassador of the Year, the President's Award, and so there are going to be some neat little surprises along the way. And of course, we won't have a silent auction this year. Instead, we're going to have 2 really great baskets that you'll have the chance to win.
Win a great basket. Yeah, and normally, and I don't know because I wasn't in on the planning of this, but normally there's some kind of a talk or a speaker that's entertaining.
The MC?
The MC is an entertaining individual, to say the least.
We definitely have a very entertaining individual. Catherine Murray, Kat,
Oh.
is going to be our MC.
Oh, well,
So-
that'll be fun.
Yes, yes.
That'll
there
be
will not
great
be
fun.
a dull moment.
What do you have, Lenore, in working with this lovely young lady? Have y'all had time enough yet to sort of scope out what your goals and your projections and some of the things you're going to try to achieve in 2018?
We have. One of our big objectives every year is to continue to grow the membership of the Chamber. And we've set some lofty goals, and so we're going to get out, boots on the ground is what we said, and you know, encourage the business owners to join the Chamber, because there are a lot of benefits that they can receive being a Chamber member. So that's one of our first objectives, increase membership. We're going to continue to have some of the staple events that we have, Taste of Tullahoma. We're going to hopefully have several business development seminars for the business leaders this year. We've got some thoughts and a good team together that are looking at that. Golf tournament, that's one of the first things I heard about was, are we going to have the golf tournament, the bowling tournament? Absolutely, we're going to continue those activities. And so we have a lot of good things. Women Impacting the Community is coming up in March.
Yeah,
So,
that's a very nice thing.
It is, and it's great for our community. We have so many female leaders and people who volunteer and give to this community, just like you were talking about with Kat, that you know, it's hard to recognize all of them in that short period of time. But that's one of the things that we'll be doing next after the celebration on Friday, the 2nd of February. Plug that again.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. You can still, and how does somebody get in touch? They can get in touch with the Chamber?
Oh, yes, most
To get a-
definitely.
to get a
They can
ticket?
go to the website to purchase tickets. They can call us. They can come in. We try to make it as easy as possible.
Well, of course.
So we're very excited, and you know, we'll have our live auction again this year. And I don't want to give everything away, but I will say that we do have the Jack Daniel's barbecue judging opportunity back.
Oh, that's
And so
wonderful.
very,
Yeah,
very,
that's
very
good. That's
excited for
good.
that.
big one.
We'll be right back after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Members of the Tullahoma High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC program participated in the opening ceremonies of a recent city board meeting. Let's watch this video and that exhibition and find out more about the organization.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color, turn the colors.
Carry. Color. Ready. Cut. Carry. Color. Forward. March.
The past several years, I've been invited to the annual Marine Corps banquet that is hosted by our ROTC program at Tullahoma High School. And I know, Mr. Mathis, you've attended that at least once that I'm aware, and maybe others have attended as well. Let me tell you what, that is one of the most impressive presentations that I attend, and I attend a lot of things over the course of the year, but that is one of the most impressive things that I attend all year long. So I thought it appropriate to invite them to come and present the colors tonight. So I'd also like to ask Colonel Johnson, if you would, to step to the podium and just give us a little background about the ROTC program in Tullahoma and maybe identify the students who are part of the program tonight, please, sir.
It's my honor, my pleasure to talk to you briefly about the Marine Corps Junior ROTC program at Tullahoma High School. It's on its 11th year there. Matter of fact, actually a little bit more than that. It was 2004, but Sergeant Major Ramirez, it's his 11th year there. And as a matter of fact, he's probably going to be mad that I'm going to mention this, but I don't care because this year he was recognized as one of the Teachers of the Year at Tullahoma High School. Also, I'd like to recognize those that wore their uniform and presented the colors. We got Cadet Sullivan, Cadet Holmes, Cadet Hunter, and Cadet Spademan, who all happen to be only sophomores this year. And we joke kiddingly that they're the B team, but actually they're really the A team because they've been doing the color guard a lot this year already, and the A team is made up primarily of our seniors, and they take more of a leadership role of the battalion, and they're also preparing themselves for bigger and better things beyond high school. As a matter of fact, some of the Cadet Burns there, who's the Cadet Battalion Commander of the Wildcat Battalion, have you heard yet?
No, sir.
Okay, but we're waiting, anticipating an appointment to West Point, and he's done everything he can up to this point to get that appointment. So we're anticipating to get the word on that here pretty soon, and I believe that's probably going to happen. Then we got Cadet Fanning, who has been working very hard in trying to get a junior, or actually a Navy ROTC scholarship. Matter of fact, he already has a scholarship locked on for the University of Nebraska, but he and his family are going to go up there early February and visit the campus. They've also visited a few other campuses as well to see about a Navy ROTC scholarship. So that's just to mention a couple of what the seniors are doing and what the program has done for them to get them prepared for things beyond high school.
And it's amazing to watch all these things that you all teach them and how they internalize it. And they take it from that classroom, that junior ROTC classroom, and they bring it into the other academic classes, and their attendance goes up. You know, I mean, it's probably one of the best programs that the high school has to offer, and it's just great. So thank you, Ray.
So we've prepared, the Board of Aldermen is prepared and want to present to you a certificate of recognition presented to the Marine Corps Junior ROTC Tullahoma High School for recognition of the excellent character, ethics, leadership, followership, self-discipline, and teamwork demonstrated by the cadets in the Marine Corps Junior ROTC program at Tullahoma High School. We further recognize their excellence in recent competitions where the teams were ranked 7th out of 63 and the Cybercats placed 88 out of 1,028 teams and qualified to compete during the state round at the platinum level. Congratulations on being respectful citizens in our community and on a job well done.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up right after this.
Attention Shoeistas, Bryn's Shoe Boutique in Tullahoma is closing forever. Every item in the store is reduced for immediate sale. Brenda is offering huge discounts on her entire inventory of fashion women's shoes, designer handbags, and jewelry, featuring famous brands like Yellow Box, Nine West, Bandolero, Impo, Coach, Michael Kors, Joseph Ribkoff, and others. The sale is underway now through March 3rd. Hurry in for huge savings at Bryn's Shoe Boutique, 115 Northwest Atlantic Street, Tullahoma. Open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. The Tullahoma Fine Arts Center's photography show will be opening this Sunday. Peggy Burton spoke to 3 of the artists who will be displaying their work at the show.
I'm Marianne Morrison, and I'm one of the photographers that's going to be participating in our show, which will start on February the 4th.
Through 24th.
And it will run through the 24th.
Okay.
I'm really excited. This is my first time showing anything away from the Art Depot in Cowan with the Franklin County Art Guild.
I'm going to start showing some of this stuff and you describe it.
Okay. This is a photograph in a floating frameless frame. A lot of people aren't familiar with these. The hardware at the top and the bottom here, which screws into the wall, and then the cap goes on the front. This particular piece, which will be in the local history exhibit, is my boathouse.
Your boathouse. All right, let's see what we have next.
This is Rock City. This is the beautiful gardens there and falls.
And this is on a piece of metal.
It is, and it gives a beautiful luster to the piece.
And then what about this one?
This is another one from Falls Mill.
Oh, I like that. Look at that.
Love this shot.
Falls Mill, isn't that beautiful?
And one of our other photographers here has a piece also from Falls Mill.
I'm Andrew Kenworthy, a local photographer. I also do portrait photography. I brought a couple of pieces here. One is an old home and an old car up in Lynchburg. Just happened to catch it on a just after one of our snowy days there, so want to catch that before it all melted off. But since the theme of this art show is kind of historical things, local historical things, I chose that because just the car and the house itself looks pretty historical there. And then I also have a print there of Falls Mill. It's not on metal like Marion's was, it's on a matte paper, and a slightly different process on that.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, Falls Mill is a beautiful place. If you haven't been out there, it's actually a working mill. But those are the 2 pieces I have.
Okay, and there'll be other pieces there
be a
at
lot
the
more
show.
Pieces. Yep, everybody will, I'm sure, have a lot more over there.
These are just samples, and so next down here we have an old buddy of mine, Stanton Tubb, who I hadn't seen in quite some time, and Stanton's here bringing some of his photography work.
Actually, I live in Rock Island now. Lived in Tullahoma several years.
Long time, yeah.
Yeah, and enjoyed working with the couches and all the printing, picture making that we did over the years. And my pictures that I have, the first one is of Rock Island. That is the island, and that's one of my favorite ways of doing pictures is a long exposure. It's very late in the day, and it's probably a minute, and that made the clouds kind of shift, and the water's smooth, and
so there is actually a rock at Rock Island?
There's a rock island. There is a rock island. Yeah. It's not in the park either.
No. And what else do you have, Stan? You
Okay,
got
the
one.
next picture happens to be
wow.
Beautiful.
Dead Horse Canyon, and that is that's in Utah, in the northern part of Utah around Moab, and that's
impressive.
Yeah, that turned out pretty well. They have a storm, a rainstorm in the back,
yeah,
and that kind of set it up. And this picture is Ovoca Falls.
There you go.
That is, I went down there not long ago and took pictures, and this particular picture had enough rain to show the other falls right here on the side.
Right.
So there's
right.
3 falls down there, evidently, and there may be more, but that's the only ones I saw. And Fran and Dan let me go down there and get those pictures.
Yeah.
And I took a picture down there probably in the 70s, early 70s, and I gave that picture to Fran, and it seemed like it.
Okay, so all of these fine folks are going to be at the Tullahoma Arts Center starting on February
4th.
The 4th through the 24th.
Actually, that'll be the artist's reception on the 4th.
Right.
It's Sunday, 2 to 4.
Uh-huh.
And then the actual show will run through the 24th.
Through the 24th. So folks will be able to go down there when the Art Center's open and see all this wonderful photography.
And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Tullahoma City Coordinator Winston Brooks, who will stop by and let us know some opportunities to be involved in arts and entertainment in the area. Also, we'll look forward to Darius Wallace, who's coming to South Jackson Civic Center. And in this week's John and Pat segment, we hear about John Rickman's experience on the Ralph Emery Show. All that and more on this week's Living.
Stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
Attention Shoeistas, Bryn's Shoe Boutique in Tullahoma is closing forever. Every item in the store is reduced for immediate sale. Brenda is offering huge discounts on her entire inventory of fashion women's shoes, designer handbags, and jewelry, featuring famous brands like Yellow Box, Nine West, Bandolero, Impo, Coach, Michael Kors, Joseph Ribkoff, and others. The sale is underway now through March 3rd. Hurry in for huge savings at Bryn's Shoe Boutique, 115 Northwest Atlantic Street, Tullahoma. Open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday.
I have 30 seconds to tell you about RussellBarnett.com. We're going to find over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get your trade appraised, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get financing done, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get collision repair assistance, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get auto rental assistance, RussellBarnett.com. We are the one-stop shop, one click away. Why click anywhere else?
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 2002 at 73 degrees. The record low was in 1966, and get this, minus 14 degrees. The average high on this day is 48, and the average low is 29. Cloudy weather in the forecast for tonight with a low of around 26. Mostly sunny weather expected on Wednesday with a high of 58 and a low of 43. And rain coming back into the forecast for Thursday with a high of 53 and a low of 29. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a great evening.